Previously on Top Photographer.
Welcome to your first challenge. We're talking about action photography. Let me introduce you to Miles Chamley Watson.
I had never shot studio before. Nice.
Let's show muscle. I love that. 3, 2, 1. Ooh.
Let's have a look at your photograph, shall we? Scott and Andrew, could you step forward?
To me, it doesn't capture the essence of who he is as an athlete or even his sport.
Andrew, I'm sorry. The time at Top Photographer is over.
It's a bummer, like very first day to get out, but I did my best.
I was stressed as hell. I don't know, I want to win so bad that I just wasn't having fun. Pressure's on me, man. Today I just came in, I was like, I want to just focus on keeping it simple and staying true to what I do.
So good morning. How are you doing?
Morning.
Good. Yesterday I was just a ball of nerves and I think I was way too overconfident.
We're stepping it up a notch today. Today's challenge, you're going to be shooting a Pamela Rowland advertising campaign.
I love fashion, so anything to do with the model, the wardrobe, the location is like, it makes me feel all warm inside.
Now, Pamela Rowland is a designer whose campaign I have shot multiple times. And of course, today, you're going to be shooting that campaign. With us is our fabulous guest judge, the artist and fashion photographer, Emily Soto.
Good morning. Whenever I have a fashion client, they're hiring me for many different aspects, including how I shoot the model, as well as capturing the detail of the dress. So I'm excited to see what you guys are able to create.
One of the most important things here is for you to take risks. Okay, it's up to you to create an image that's going to bounce off the pages. You get to shoot with the Canon 5DS or the Canon EOS 5D Mark III, and you also get a choice of prime lenses from Canon's L series. Photographers, pick your cameras. Roxy, you won the challenge yesterday at the fencing.
And since Roxy won the previous day, she was able to distribute who goes at what time. So she picked herself first, and she gave me the last number. Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, Roxy, I take it you're number one? Wonderful. Please select your model and your outfit.
As soon as I walked in, I saw Alina, and she's so unique and beautiful. What's your name?
Alina.
Alina. I like Alina.
Wonderful. Go ahead.
I think I can do the most with this dress.
Perfect. Well, take the dress, take your model.
Okay,
Brilliant.
wonderful.
Okay, who has number two?
Number 2.
Here we go.
When I first walked in the room, I just honed in on that one. I saw that dress and I was like, I would love to shoot that dress. And luckily, Roxy didn't pick it. Thank you, Roxy. And then Cheryl stood out to me. I thought she was a great looking model and I thought she would pair well with the dress.
Jemaya, number 3.
All right, I'm going to be working with you. All right. Let's go with the green. We're gonna go with this one.
Perfect.
All right.
Good luck.
I didn't have a choice with the model or dress. It's like it's you and me. I'm Chris.
Sterling.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, let's make it work. I had to play with the cards I was dealt there.
Hi, Roxy. Nice to meet you. I'm Adam.
Adam, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, I'm Scott.
I'll be your stylist today, so
Okay.
if you need me for any reference or have any questions.
Jemaya.
Adam, I'm Chris.
We have about 30 minutes to get her dressed and ready to go, so.
What did you have in mind for hair and makeup?
Like a soft nude beige, something that just brings out her lips slightly, but nothing too bold.
I really wanted to try something I think it might be fun to give her some freckles. Not crazy amount, just kind of across the brow here and the cheek.
I gotta be honest off the bat, this is not the type of stuff I shoot, so I don't know anything about makeup. Yeah, I had heard the term smoky eyes before, so I thought I'd drop that. Smoky, is that a look? That's a look, right?
That's smoky.
Not too smoky though. Can you make it like kind of like a naturally smoky looking eye? I'm looking for like
The soft smoke.
more like Smokey Robinson, not Smokey the Bear.
Okay.
Just like kind of in the middle. They were just like they didn't get it.
Not too dramatic because we want the focus to be on the dress.
Do you want any color on the face?
I don't know anything about women's shoes or dresses or whatnot, so I kind of defer to my team.
I honestly had a lip in mind when I saw
Okay.
it.
What color are you
I had
thinking?
like kind of a plum lip.
Do you have a color I can look at?
I have a bunch of colors
Yeah.
here. It's on
I
our
totally
face.
get it. It's a risk on my part.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that about you. We're here
Okay.
to help you. We're here to make your vision come true.
Awesome. We can do the brows, eyes, everything first, and then do freckles last.
I love it. Jinx.
Guys, need anything? Can I get you any water or something? Make your job any easier here?
A little more direction, maybe. So it's gonna dry super matte.
I like that one. Yeah, I like that one. Let's do that.
Color.
Just want to make sure that, Val, we have time for the freckles at the end.
Hi, Emily.
What are you guys doing in here?
We are going for a little softer, more vintage classic look.
What's your concept for today?
The overall goal is to kind of exude elegance in this final image. So I want to just keep it simple, just kind of get some real nice natural like contour into her body and also contour into the shape of the dress.
How's everything going down there?
Great. What I wanted to do was match the eyeshadow, the eyes with a bit of the color from the dress, and then go with a strong, prominent brow. So I had the crazy idea of throwing freckles on her, you know, to match with the sequin of the dress. How do you feel about that?
I think I would tend to lean to the more minimal side.
Yep.
What are you thinking as far as the makeup in here?
Oh, dude, I don't know anything about hair and makeup. They're like, oh, you know what kind of look are you looking for? I was like, I don't know, made up. Pretty natural. It's actually not as natural as I thought it would be, but
I'm gonna brush it out.
we're gonna, oh, okay, all right. It's like when you're getting your hair cut and you start freaking out, like, that's how it looks.
She gave me an excellent idea with plum lip, just to kind of bring a little color to the face, but not detract too much from the dress.
Yeah, I like it. I think it can look a little bit costumey, like
Halloweenish.
Like
Emily came in and she mentioned, you know, that going too dark may look a bit too gothic.
it's totally okay for you to say, oh, well, maybe we should step it back just a little bit.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of see how it looks. That was a last minute change. We decided to go with a lighter lip tone. Perfect.
With 5 minutes to go, I asked the makeup artist, I said, well, do you have any suggestions?
You asked me for suggestions at 5 minutes before we're done.
Probably should have asked her that right off the bat.
I would have gone a little bit of a different route. I was gonna do like a kind of a darker look because this isn't a dress that anyone would really wear during the day. It's pretty. If you want, I can make it a little bit darker.
She made it happen in 5 minutes, which was really impressive, actually.
Time?
3 minutes? 3 minutes.
We're doing so well.
You guys have about 90 seconds left.
The final moments.
Look at that, guys. Come on.
30 seconds.
Perfect.
10 seconds left.
Awesome.
Just under the
wire.
High five for that.
Let's do this. Awesome. Walking in, I was like, you are gonna stand on top of that dresser and I'm gonna stand on top of this diner table and we're gonna shoot. And having a full 30 minutes to just shoot allowed me to try a couple different spots in the location.
It was challenging working in this room because you want to kind of minimize some of the background elements. So we may end up having to move some things around. You got couches and all kinds of random stuff in there that'll detract from the dress. I really wanted this simple shot of her by the window, curtains to the left and right of her with this beautiful light pouring in. I'm gonna have you on this side, so you this way.
Window light in that room is really gorgeous, you know? So I put her on the edge of the bed, kind of showed the slit of the dress, and then shooting her kind of straight on.
Let's try that one pose where you come in and cross with the leg. I was like, why is my focus not beeping, you know, when I'm focusing? It's not focusing, it keeps changing. I wasn't sure of what to do, and Toby's a valuable asset. He really helped me out. Toby, you're the man, thanks.
My story was I kind of wanted to capture this woman in this beautiful dress, kind of like Rapunzel in the Tower kind of feel. She's looking out that window for that charming prince to come. Perfect, nice and elongated. Very graceful, because that's what Pamela's line is all about.
Emily came in maybe about the 20-minute marker. We're talking about the details of the dress, and then in my head I'm like, okay, so maybe I should punch in a bit more. 35 and out of 50. Punch in on the 50 and see what kind of work I can get.
I would be careful just thinking about the bed as far as if you want it to be a more sexual kind of shoot.
I don't know anything about fashion. I don't know anything about hair, makeup.
I don't love it.
She's in a $1,000 gown, but I wanted it to feel like she's in this gown, but maybe she's like in love or like waiting for someone.
I'm keeping the objective of the client in mind. I know they want to show off the dress. And I also took Nigel's advice. He just said, you know, keep shooting until the last minute. Or even if I was having focusing issues or wasn't sure about my composition or my perspective, I just kept shooting. I worked the room, and just got it done.
I think I accomplished some great images, but you know, only judging will tell.
This is as real as it gets right here.
I feel like I was pushing it, so I was proud of myself.
You're each going to have 30 minutes for post-processing. Use your time wisely. Pick the picture and get to work on it. And I look forward to seeing your final work. Your time starts now.
We only had 30 minutes to edit, export our image, retouch it, and then get it out.
Fashion in general allows you to be so creative. It's such a beautiful outlet.
I'm at a place in my career where I'm really defining myself as an artist, and my work needs to be something that evokes emotion.
I like making images out of things that are already there. I just want something that looks real.
I try to keep an open line of dialogue between my model, my subject, and I. My interaction with my subject actually does have a huge effect on my shoots.
Don't forget just to think of the story. Wants to stop the viewer in the magazine and say, wow, what's that? Who is that? I want that dress.
I'm also looking to show off the curvature of both the model and also the lines of the dress.
I'm between two, actually.
Which one to you speaks to your personal style? What is a signature Roxy picture? Did you enjoy it, the process?
I didn't mind it. I'm used to shooting portraits. Yeah, I feel like I could have done more, facial expressions, less looking at me, actually.
How did you choose that composition?
I love the composition. I love the angle here, so it kind of leads you following down the dress to this bright spot here.
But I love the way the dress grabs me in the foreground and she's, the dress grabs you.
Weren't sure about your makeup and hair and all that kind of thing. Are you okay with it now when you see it on film?
Yeah, looks all right to me. Looks like she's made up pretty well.
For this, are we trying to show the entire dress?
If the best shot is a cropped photo that looks stunning and amazing, a designer will go with that. That's fine, it's great. If, of course, there's a great full length, fantastic.
Maybe looking off into the light in the window there.
Were you directing her to do that?
At times.
Okay, you've got 5 minutes left. 1 minute to go.
I had to skip over dozens of photos, and I just landed on one, and I just said, this one feels right to me, I'm going with it.
30 seconds and counting.
Retouched it in 5 or 10 minutes, and my fingers were moving fast, I'm shaking, pen tablet's not responding.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drives in your hands. Well done. Now, today's challenge was about shooting an advertising campaign for Pamela Rowland. Now, you know your first guest judge, photographer and artist Emily Soto.
Hi, guys.
Now, I'd like to introduce you to our second guest judge, the designer for whom you've been photographing her campaign, Pamela Rowland.
Hello, everyone. Can't wait to see your work.
Okay, Roxy, you're up first. Let's have a look at your shot. Yeah, if you ask me, it's very signature Roxy. I'm beginning to see your style very much sort of in every shot that you do.
The background, a little busy, but I love how the action of the dress is, it's really pretty.
It is a little bit busy in the background. There are a couple things that we could have moved out that would have put a little bit more of the focus on the dress.
This was actually the last shot I took. It was right when we said, hey, we're only gonna do a couple more shots, that she really gave it to me. I know the room takes away a little bit from it, but my eye at least is pulled to the dress.
I think it's very Roxy. However, is it Pamela Rowland enough? Scott, you're up next. Bam.
I think it's beautiful, and I think it shows the dress off really well.
I think it's a very strong image, Scott. I mean, I think, you take a risk when you crop into a shot, but if you think that's the powerful image, then a designer like Pamela Rowland will go with it. If she likes the dress enough, she likes the picture enough, there's a story there, will it stop you, arrest you, when you look at that magazine and think, I like this collection? Jemiah, you're up next.
Awesome. This dress, I wanted it elongated, so I really wanted to catch the clean lines of it. But I also envisioned just using natural light and just having a beautiful light coming in through the window.
I really love it. I love how you use the window. I love how you use the natural light. The whole dress is shown. I think it looks beautiful.
I really do like the image. I also love the lips. I know we were talking earlier. Yeah. I think that you had a vision in the beginning, and you really pulled that vision off.
Jemiah, I see this image, and actually I do see your style coming through here as well. And you also have a very classic sensibility about you. it can border on being a little cliche. Chris, you're up next.
You know, I put her on the bed because really that was the idea I had in my head going into it. And I really think, you know, just start off strongest if you can.
I think it's very graceful. I like how she's holding her arms. And I think the only thing I would say is you can't really see the style of the dress.
So Chris, you don't shoot a lot of fashion.
I do not, no.
What was the story behind the picture?
Did I have a story? Nope, just trying to sell the dress here.
So that's where I think your problem is in this particular picture. You are someone who's story-driven. You're a portrait photographer. You're about the person, you're about the life in their eyes. That's what makes a portrait really strong. You know that. Just because she's wearing a gown on its fashion, still sell her first. Something in general to remember is that as photographers, we're shooting fashion for women. The majority of people looking at pictures are women buying women's clothing, not men buying gowns for their wives. So always remember, sexy but sensual. Okay, photographers, the judges are going to deliberate and we'll decide which one of you has won this competition and, of course, which one of you will be eliminated.
Well, what did everyone think?
So let's talk about Roxy's picture.
You know, I really do love the action. I think the color, everything looks great, but I think it's too busy in the background. I think it's not enough about the dress.
I mean, there's no doubt that Roxy has a style. You know, she has heart and soul in her pictures too, and you see it. And I think for the right designer, for the right brand, there's a great marketplace for someone like Roxy. Is it right for Pamela Rowland?
I can feel like the walls closing in tonight. I feel like. You know, I just was so fixated on her dress that I didn't even think to look at what anything else looked like of hers.
So tell me about Scott's photo.
I love how it really shows that the dress is sparkly, and today women are really loving the beading and sparkles, but I don't like how it's cropped. You can't see the whole dress, and I think her hand might be a little bit too cropped.
I think that it's great that he did take a chance and was trying something different, but the crop just isn't quite working for me.
I think he's rushing it still. And as a result, these images are not quite perfect.
Sounds like he's wasting his time a little bit then.
They didn't like the chopped head. They didn't like that, and that's my style. I love cutting off heads, and they didn't like that.
So Pamela, how does Jemiah's picture work for you?
I think this is one of my favorites.
I'm really impressed by Jemiah's photo as well. I like the texture in the photo and just how you really see the dress.
It's a very nice picture. However, oftentimes nice doesn't win you the campaign.
I think, yes, it's safe, but there's enough creativity in there that I like.
Yes, I see you guys. You know, I'll be hanging out with Andrew.
Yeah, all right, says the dude with the dopest photo.
Let's talk about Chris's shot. What do you think, Pamela?
Well, it's a little too sexy. I don't think that I would have a woman on a bed in a gown like that. It doesn't look like they're ready to go down the red carpet, let's put it that way.
I know it was his first fashion shoot. He hasn't really worked with models, so he was really trying, and you can kind of tell that it's a bit of an amateur shot.
I think it's close though, closer than yesterday.
I don't know, man. I sat this girl down wearing a dress. You want to show the way a dress looks, you know?
Okay, judges. I think we know which shot is going to be a Pamela Rowland ad campaign and which one certainly isn't. Photographers, the judges and myself, we've gone over your pictures. And the winning picture from today's challenge is, Pamela?
Jemiah.
Congratulations.
Okay, all right. I'm happy with what I did today.
I love how she looks. I love the bright lip you gave her. I just love everything about it.
I won today, but it's still not over. I haven't won it all, you know. We just won the battle. We got to win the war.
Roxy, will you step forward? Chris, please step forward. Pamela, talk about Roxy's photograph, why it didn't work for you.
I wanted to see more of the dress. Too much background and not the right background.
you stuck to your style, and I can see it in the picture, but you have to be aware of your client. I can see it in that campaign, but not for Pamela Rowland, and that is not a top photographer. Chris.
I think that it was a good image. I think that it was a really, really good shot for your first photo, but I think that there's a long way to grow with that as well.
It was just a little bit too sexy, and I would like to have seen more of the dress. This isn't really something that I would choose.
There's some great points about this picture for me that do work. Perhaps if this were a lingerie client or it were for a men's magazine, then it could work. Of course, one of you, this is your last day on Top Photographer. Roxy, you're safe. Chris, I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. You know, I was too concentrated on just making a pretty image. I should have told, you know, maybe a story behind it. They said it was too sexual. I didn't think it was that sexual, but, you know, I really liked that image. But, you know, put it up to the, you know, my contestants. They did a great job. They sold the dress in, you know, the best way possible.
Photographers, congratulations. Take everything you've learned today and throughout the competition so far and apply it. Because tomorrow we're going to take things to a completely new level. Well done. Good night.
It's kind of a bittersweet victory. I mean, I had the image of the day, but I mean, I like all these guys here. I mean, it's kind of got an intimate group. We've kind of built this camaraderie, so it kind of sucks to see anybody have to go home, but there has to be a winner, and I'm determined that it's going to be me. This has been a long road, but I got 2 more days. I can't get comfortable.
Next time on Top Photographer, the photographers are presented with their greatest challenge yet. Welcome to the Empire State Building.
My adrenaline started going.
Are you ready to go up?
Has a trained eye for this kind of thing.
I was like a kid in a candy shop.
We see who goes home.
Difficult challenge you guys have been set.
I'm gonna stick by my photo.
And who moves on for the chance to win $50,000 in prizes. Everything about that moment was epic. A showcase in New York City and the right to call themselves Top Photographer. Roxy, can you stand forward? Chris.
Passion's not your thing, huh?
Clearly not. Roxy, get away from me. This is all your fault. What? This is all your fault. They canned me. Just straight to the chopping block. It was over. Just like that. Out of here. Never shot fashion before. I did not have a clear vision. It's kind of funny. While I was on there, I was like, here it comes. Let's see. How long are they gonna drag this out until they actually tell me? How long do they make me suffer here? It sucks though, I'm bummed. I'm actually bummed that I can't shoot whatever they're shooting tomorrow. It's over. Show's over for me.